news has come out in the last few hours from a number of reporters. First of all, it says Arsenal are planning to renew a renewed offer for Moises Caicedo, obviously a renewed offer from January. That's come from the Times. Fabrizio Romano states that no club have agreed on terms with the player. But since he released that statement, the Ecuadorian press have doubled down and stood firm on their report, stating no, he has agreed personal terms with Arsenal. I think some of the international press sometimes they don't do all the PR nonsense. They go, the players agreed and happy with the terms. We're just going to say it's accepted. Sources say Brighton want between 70 and 80 million for Moises Caicedo. How do you personally see this deal working itself out? Arsenal readying a new bid. Fabrizio sees them Chelsea as the front runners. 70 to 80 million pound. Talk to me.
You know, Arsenal Football Club. Arsenal. I've defended you for the last week, but it's time to attack you now because you guys are not serious. Here's the thing when it comes to Arsenal Football Club. Declan Rice, I completely understand. He's playing a Conference League final. He's busy. He's playing his biggest game, blah, blah, blah. I understand. I have no problem. I have zero problem with Declan Rice becoming like a thing that is going to take a month from now. I have no problem with that. With Caicedo, what are they waiting for? Both seasons, both Arsenal and Brighton seasons ended a week ago. And if they really were serious about signing Moises Caicedo, genuinely, what is actually keeping them so long? Because as we saw, and as you know, as I know, and as all the viewers know, Brighton are a selling club. Brighton will happily sell to anyone in the Prem or outside the Prem if the price is right. You meet their price and you say yes, blah, 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 and you just go there and you do it. And when it comes to Brighton and Moises Caicedo, here's Arsenal's problem. Chelsea is always going to have the bigger bag. Chelsea will forever have the bigger bag. So you need to know how to behave quickly, behave swiftly. Because here's the thing with Caicedo. If you offer Brighton 60 million and Chelsea come and offer 80, what are you going to do? Then what? Then maybe Chelsea have to say, yeah, then Brighton, of course, have to accept Chelsea's offer. And from Caicedo's perspective, it's not like Caicedo is going to have to sit there and go like, oh my God, Chelsea aren't in the Champions League, so I don't want to sign. No, Chelsea are still an attractive club. I'm well aware that Liverpool and Chelsea both are not in the Champions League, but we still are attractive clubs for many of these players. You know, they grew up watching many of the players, great players play for both our clubs. And they would want to play for our clubs too. So I look at it from the perspective of Arsenal. Look, here's the thing. Declan Rice, I understand you. He had finals. He's busy, all of that. With Caicedo, we just saw, and once again, I'm going to use my club. We just saw Alexis McAllister go to Liverpool. Like we just saw it with our own eyes today. We all woke up. We all were scrolling through Twitter. We saw McAllister with a Liverpool shirt. We know Brighton are a selling club. Arsenal's season was over last week. All I'm asking is simply, what is keeping them so long? And big up Troops, who's actually on to Edu. He's going like, Edu is in Cyprus right now. The time where you need your sporting director, apparently he's out on holiday somewhere, which just genuinely just makes no sense. And now you have to look, because here's the thing, people say, Arteta, this guy, that, the bottle job, blah, blah, blah. You have to be serious in the window. Arteta says, I want Caicedo. Brighton are a selling club. Hello, Brighton. How much you want for Caicedo? Let's do this. We want to do a deal. Done. Because what you do not want to happen is start a bidding war. Because before you know it, Chelsea are having a bidding war with Caicedo. United are having a bidding war with Caicedo. You're having a bidding war. Suddenly you've wasted 2 months of this transfer window trying to get this guy. Before you know it, he's chosen United or Chelsea, and you're screwed. So you have to move swiftly. You have to move quickly. And I have a problem with them. And when it comes to Rice, I think he directly improves Arsenal. Directly improves Arsenal. No shadow of a doubt improves Arsenal. And I think you look at his price tag, it's been quoted as, isn't it like 80 million or something?
Declan Rice or Caicedo?
Declan, is it 80, 90?
No, like mid-90s to 100 million.
Yeah, okay. That's just the price tag. That's just the going rate right now for a player that's going to transform you like that. Because you sell Xhaka, you get Declan Rice in, that would be the equivalent of letting go of Loris Karius, even though Xhaka ain't that bad, and getting in an Alisson. Guess what happens? You elevate your club. You're telling me a double pivot of Partey and Rice is not one of the strongest double pivots in the world? That's definitely one of the strongest double pivots in the world. I would elevate you directly. But they just need to move quickly, man. They just moving so slow, Terry. I don't get what's keeping them. Honestly, the season we lost the league by a point, the next day we had Fabinho signed. One day.
I get that. Jamrock here, one of our viewers, says, with Sam talking about the McAllister comparison, saying the McAllister deal was a different deal and a much easier deal to get done. You can't compare them.
Says who? Why was it an easier deal? Same club. You know, in science, when you do a controlled experiment, you keep you keep the variables the same. You change one variable. Every variable is the same. Every single variable is the same. Actually, Arsenal have better variables for them because Arsenal are in the Champions League. You say it's an easier deal. Yeah, it's supposed to be easier for Arsenal because they're in the Champions League. No, Liverpool are not in the Champions League. The club is the same. Brighton, we all know, have some guy in South America that none of us have heard of, ready to come replace Caicedo for 3 million. We already know. So they are a selling club.
I look at it this way. A lot of people have called out why they haven't done it yet, and I've been thinking about it the last few days. It wasn't something that was in my mind's eye, and I do agree. If Lee said something yesterday, and I've just dwelled on it overnight, thinking about it, not consistently, I just thought, it's a fair point, to be fair, that if he was the number one priority in January, because they bid 70 odd million, why haven't they bid again now? Now, yes, Jorginho has come in, but Xhaka's going and they can move El Neni on. So they've got two leaving. You bring in Declan Rice and Caicedo, suddenly you've got Partey, Jorginho, Rice, Caicedo. That's your midfield four, plus Odegaard and Vieira from a more attacking point of view. That's your 6 players to cover 3 positions over the course of a season. On paper, you're looking at one of the best midfields in Europe. On paper. We don't know how they'll all play together yet. It's one of the best out there. Go and get it done. Then all you really need, you add that kind of engine room to your team, add a bit more firepower up front, and they're going again and challenging for the title. The risk here for Arsenal, and Dean Jones said this about Declan Rice earlier today, and again, I've dwelled on it, listened to what he said, and thought it makes a lot of sense. Arsenal, as far as he's aware, everyone he has spoken to, Arsenal are by far and away leading the race for Declan Rice. The Bayern Munich talk, don't worry about it. Doesn't really want to leave London, loves the idea of playing for Mikel Arteta. Then get that bid in, get it done. The owner of West Ham has come out publicly today saying, we promise him he can leave. This deal should not be a summer-long saga. Get them both done and early, because I think if Arsenal were to get this bid in for Caicedo, 75 million, get it agreed. Say 92 million, agreed with West Ham. And by the 15th of June, they were both holding Arsenal shirts, and they were sent off on a 2-3 week holiday before pre-season. It isn't just, well, Gooners can sit back and relax and enjoy the summer. The message it sends to City, to Liverpool, to Man United is, we mean business. I've read reports today that Man United are looking to do something very similar. They want to get 2 or 3 deals done early, because the manager is aware that United takes so long typically to get business done. It sends out the wrong message to everybody involved. And public perception is key. Not PR where they're twisting things, but genuinely achieving things and doing things quickly when it's tangible is important. So I do agree with you. Arsenal have got to, and if they can't get Caicedo, then you've got to focus elsewhere. It can't be we've realigned our attention elsewhere. Well, you've got to go and spend that 70, 80 million on another inside forward or another striker. If say they can't get Caicedo, cool, and go and buy Vlahovic. Go and spend that money on a killer up front, as an example, or another brilliant inside forward. We know that Rafinha, there's money problems at Barca. Go and tempt their arm. Like, you've got to go and do something with that money if you don't get that player. It can't be, we'll wait until January, because who knows what happens in the August to January period.
I know what happens when you wait. I know what happens. You messed
tricky.
up.
You can't.
So don't wait.
You can't do it. You have to go out and get it done. Look, I think Arsenal, I genuinely do think Arsenal have got a chance of getting both. I don't do the boring, weak banter with no Paul, no European heritage. Why would anyone play for Arteta? Listen, Jorginho, I know Chelsea weren't in a great space, but Jorginho could have walked into a number of teams across Europe, got into a number of clubs, and he chose Arsenal as an example. Partey had the world at his feet when Arsenal signed him. Saliba, one of the best up-and-coming centre-backs in the world, chose Arsenal. Same for Gabriel when he picked them as an example. You know, Gabriel Jesus in the summer had Tottenham and Chelsea, who in the summer were perceived a better place to go than Arsenal by the majority of fans, chose Arsenal. So it is a nonsense that nobody will pick Arsenal. But this is about them getting these deals over the line now and delivering. Otherwise, the pressure will start to mount. They can get both. There's the money at the club to get both. Go and get it done. Bolster that midfield and make yourselves a powerhouse in that area. Because Rice, by the way, as well. Again, I thought Rice was brilliant last night. I heard someone say that Amrabat schooled him. I'm like, but it shows the lack of knowledge. Do you want to know why? Because DMs don't go up against each other. the DMs go up against the attacking midfield.
Amrabat was very good yesterday, but he didn't
Amrabat was amazing because Amrabat's brilliant. He's brilliant, but they don't play against each other. Like
the DM goes up against the other 8s. That's who they goes up against.
Exactly. And in all fairness to West Ham last night, go back and watch the game. Barring the goal, where are all the shots on target in the peppering? They had more of the ball, but Declan Rice in his midfield shut them down from being able to penetrate. But that's a by the by. He will do a brilliant job. And Amrabat's been linked to Man United today. I'd take that brother tomorrow at my club, add him into that midfield area for us. He is absolutely great. But there's some super chats here regarding this Arsenal situation.